So this is question 10 from chapter 5, part B. These are the agenda questions. The Mountain Equipment Co-op, which apparently is no more, purchased tents for $334.89, less 33 1/3%, 16 2/3%, and 8 1/3%. The store's overhead expenses is 55% of cost, and the normal profit is 21% of cost. So they want us to work backwards here and find out the cost. So let's try and do that. So part A, we see the 3/3, well, we're doing N equals L, but L in this case is 334.89. And we have these obnoxious repeating decimals, but they want you to be aware that these are those supposedly commonly known fractional equivalents, and they can be simplified incredibly. 33 1/3 just becomes 1/3. 16 2/3 becomes 1/6. And 8 1/3 is 1/12. And so we can simplify what's in the bracket. 1 minus 1/3 will just become 2/3. 1 minus 1/6 is going to become 5/6. And 1 minus 1/12 will be 11/12. And when we multiply this out, let's figure out what we're going to get here. I'm going to go 2 divided by 3 equals times 5 divided by 6 equals times 11 divided by 12 equals times 334.89 equals, and I'm getting 170.55. So that's our answer to part A. And then they want us to figure out the regular selling price. So let's see what we can do there. What have they told us? The store's overhead expenses is 55% of cost, and the normal profit is 21% of cost. So we're basically using, S equals C plus E plus P, and we don't know S, but we think we know cost. 170.55. And what do we know about expenses? They're 55% of cost. And normal profit is 21% of cost. But we actually know the cost. So times 170.55 plus 0.21 times 170.55. So we can figure these bits out as we go. Equals 170.55 plus, and what did we get there? 993.80. And for the profit, we got 34.11. So S equaled 289, nope, 298.46. So that would be our regular selling price right there. So at what price can the tents be put on sale so that the store incurs an operating loss of no more than 20% of the overhead? So first off, let's find out what 20% of the overhead is. So overhead is our expenses. They're the same thing. So we want 20%, 0.2 of the expenses, which equals 0.2 times, and we figured out the expenses up here as 93.80. So what does that come to? 93.80 times 0.2, giving us $18.76. So that's 20% of overhead, and we want to make an operating loss of no more than that. So we've got to find the break-even price. And the break-even price is going to be equals cost plus expenses. And we know the cost, or at least we think we do, 170.55. And we know the expenses, which was 93.80. So what would that be? 170.55 plus 93.80, 264.35. So this would be the break-even price. We want an operating loss of no more than 20% of the overhead. So would be 264.35 minus this 18.76. So 245.59. At this price, we're making a loss, but it's no more than 20% of the overhead. This would be the lowest price we could charge and make a loss of exactly 20% of the overhead. So then they say, what is the maximum rate of markdown at which the tenths can be offered in Part C? So in order to calculate the rate of markdown, we're always going to find the list price, which was the 298.46. The net price we've decided was 245.59. The dollar value of the discount, so 298.46 minus 245.59 is 52.87. And then we can calculate the rate of discount or the rate of markdown. They're the same thing as 52.87 divided by 298.46 times 100. And what do we get? We get 17.714%. They didn't tell us how many decimals to go to, so I just decided to go to 3 decimals for no good reason whatsoever. So that's sort of what they're expecting you to do there. So we'll save that. And I'll stop recording it.